Okay, so I got a question here about the chart, about the trades I was doing today on the Eurodollar. So the question is, why did you place your master stop at this level? Well, actually, that was hard-coded into the C2 key, and I'm going to try to answer somebody else's question. He asked me why this platform, that the buy and sell side on the C and A keys are not mirrored out, because I was experimenting. I always start with my so this is the one that drops in every 5 pips with the master stop. I'm always kind of like experimenting with stuff, so I always start with the buy side. So my experimentation, on the sell side is a different ticket. This is very aggressive. I test out the very aggressive stuff on a demo. This is why demos are critical to my performance, because I need to practice on a like a guitar that doesn't have the frets worn out yet. So when I play my guitar, it depends how anal you are, right? You kind of want to have that. Oh, this is 2 hours also. This is very aggressive. And there is no rhyme or reason to why that stop is there. I realize that it shows up on the chart as correctly the structure levels that he marked off is here and here, but in an uptrend, we may not get filled on that. And what I was really keying in on was, where are people's stops? Where are the big trader stops that realize this is, where are the big boys that know this is an uptrend? Where are their stops at? So having a day job would just mean that you can see the undercut, like when a river cuts into the shoreline, it just cuts in, finally caves in. I've ever watched a river bend and it caves in. So I'm trying to buy the cave in. And you could have just placed orders there. And I really didn't think it was going to make it down there in 2 hours, so I just double-clicked that. Based on the way the chart looks, you kind of just have to go with, hey, you know what? Looks like it's not going to make it, kind of thing. So the moment I dropped that script, this is a photo from the 4-hour chart, and it never actually filled those tickets. What really happened was, the market got to about here. In fact, the very last buy limit here and the stops here. So I'm actually saying I would buy a retest of that and a little bit beyond. Now, there's no perfect script, and everything I've written is based on my own kind of estimations. Once you have in your mind's eye what that button does, then you have to hold on to that thought when you press the button, or you've got a little picture of that script, or you just have the script spelled out here. It doesn't have to say C1. You could just say literally by, and normally you just write these scripts like by 15-40, 55, which meant it's going to buy from 15 to 35 pips deep, hard written too. These are hard written, so I don't want to say I didn't have a choice, but I just kind of like, it's a demo. I'm not going to sit here and babysit it, so I just throw in a big grid absorption. And this is actually going to martingale out. These are going to be like 4Ks down here, 3Ks, 2Ks, 1Ks. And like I said, if you think martingale doesn't work, just see it in action, right? Everything works. If you don't, it's like a drug. If you take too much, you overdose. But if you get the right amount, right, you're okay. Supposedly, right? Till you shoot your dog or something. They said that was the perfect amount. So here we go. Going back to the chart. So this. I don't know if you just see the way that looks, and then kind of hold that in your brain. We'll go to the 4-hour, where we're at now in the 4-hour, and that's the daily. So where was that? That was here. We never even made it down 10 pips. So we was running out of velocity downside. I really didn't think, to me it was like, just like it is now, a good script. Now, the question is, do I cash out of my winners right now? Based on the 15. Well, I missed my exit. I should have cashed out right here, because you see them trapping them there? They just trapped the people that trade the breakout in Asia. Did they trap them, or did they just get filled on a great trend trade? So that's always the question. Did you? So no, there's no... it's just kind of like, so here, if I drop the same 2-hour script, now it's almost like it's a whole different script. The stop's deeper, and everything's deeper now, layered in, right? And I could pretty much walk away from that. And you may not make any money, and you may not get filled as much as you want. And it may just be kind of like, here was the sell for the range trading of the dollar yen. Obviously, the sell zone is going to be at the top, almost like it's resistance. In fact, it went just like a half a pip above that. A half a pip above, you would have been filled on a limit had you placed your order. You could have risked 3 pips. Right? You'd be up 10 pips right now. You could have risked 3 pips here. Well, if there was no spread. You could have risked it. You could have risked it here. You could have a sell limit to here, right? Okay. I'm just going to post this in a new space and just put a date on it. This is actually, it is mirrored out in here, but there have so many versions of this that this one here I did make a mirrored image, but this C2 is set to 2 hours and C3 is set to 8 hours. So be very, very careful. 8 hours. And these are just, there's no magic in these numbers. These just happen to be different numbers than the other numbers. So when I do a double click, if I click this one, I click this one, I can walk away. It's about not spending any time with this crap. This is the sell side. It is mirrored out. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. This C2, this A2 is selling a lot shallower, so this is actually a different number. You'd have to adjust that. But I'm not going to. So I guess I should bother posting it. But you have to find out what you think you want to do. How much money do you have? If you want to trade master stops, you don't have to. It's just, this is martingale. There's so many versions of this. I mean, so many renditions and so many fine-tuning of this strategy that it's a bottomless pit. You could come in here like this. 1K, 2K, 3K, 4, 5, 6, 7. You beat a 7K here. Right now, you're only in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 13K if it fills. You can make this, and this is a scalp. This is only going to make 25 pips here. This is going to make actually 20 pips. You're buying this deep, you're getting out this shallow. 25 pips, the difference between here. Master stops running through the hole. It's just easy to do. If you know you're going to do that trade anyways, what does it matter? I just don't get this precision. What is with this precision entry? Why would it matter? The market comes into these orders. It doesn't go past 50 pips. You've got a hard stop here on the last ticket, which is, you could have this. It's just completely up to you. And this timestamp's wrong. It's 15 minutes. It's not. It's 2 hours. But it's not going to matter if you don't. There's no perfect script. There's no holy grail. What you're doing is trying to have a trading assistant, right? Instead of hiring some high maintenance person, you just, since I'm using the 64 crayon method of trading, I got all these, buttons available. I can just put 1Ks here. So this is 1K, buys 1 pip, stop above. And I'm dragging over these guys from the limit drops. I'm going to risk 10 pips to make 20 pips right here at the 10-yard line. So I could just come in front of the market like this. Since I didn't write a really good script for the hotkey, it's kind of just like when you want to broad brush a market, you want to lay in a bank of orders and say, you know what, that'd be a good canvas like trade. And then you can say, well, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and watch it, and I'm going to try to get this perfect catch a falling knife thing. So say these orders lasted not 8 hours, but they lasted like 30 minutes, and you'd be like this. Hand drop 2Ks in front. Then delete that. Now you say, you know what, that's 8 hours on those orders. I'm going to put in some. Here's single drops. Now these can become a buy stop. 28 pip stop. Right here's a buy stop. And here's a 16 pip stop to make 22 pips. And I'm going to put that down here at support. So if I just keep laying these in down here, this is the logical trade. It's really hard to blow up your account this way. $2.80. $2.80, right? Down here again, don't necessarily buy into this. You're going to get in here. You're going to get out there. Your target is your most critical thing. It's not where you got in. It's where you get out too. So you buy here. You're looking to get out on this floor. Your exit is going to be naturally here if you buy in this vacuum. So if you buy this hole, if you're buying this hole, you know that your exit tonight has to be up in here. For this to make any sense, you need to be getting out here and here. After we come down here, you got to get out there. If we come down here, you got to get out there. And hopefully get enough money in the account. And of course, mind you, this is ultimate martingale. Because it's going to get in bigger and bigger and bigger. Autofill. Let the market come to you. Don't chase the market. For a buyer, the best buys are below. The best sells are above. You just have to put the orders there. Now, that's the hard part. People are like, geez, really? What if it blows out that order bank? Well, what if I'm not here to place the order? What if I get a flash crash here, and now I don't have to hesitate because I don't have to worry about trading at the market now. It's autofill. Actually, I want to buy the market because I want to buy more. I want to see the margin go fatter. So if I want more margin to be at use, here I want to get up to $3,000 of margin here, and I'm going to put buy stops in for the scalp. Okay, and I'm going to so buy stops running above the market in the scalp as you drop down on the 5-minute. Here's your ATR sell, small ATRs. If you're running sell stops with scalps built with a target that is scalpish, one bad fill. Great fill. Only one trap trade on the sell side in a strong trend. Here, buy stop. Here, trap below fair value in the 5-minute. You can make money doing this. You can buy a standard lot here. On 3, you could buy. Here, I'm gonna write the ticket right now. I'm gonna write a script right now. The way the script is kind of pussy script compared to some. I could get this account up to 200 grand, but I got to trade very heavy on scripts that I've written to do a specific thing or a specific thing, depending on where you live. So let's open up the C2 key and edit this thing on the fly right now because I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling like a really good trader now. I think I got this thing down. I'm going to trade 25K per ticket, right? Why should I waste my keyboard? Why should I wear out my keyboard, my fancy keyboard with all this fucking anger clicking, right? 20, it's a standard lot, right? Gets in at the market, boom, 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 all 4. Now we're going to widen the stop up to 8 pips. This one's going to be 7. And these will be tight. And then we'll just leave it like that. We're only looking to make 10 pips on this. And in fact, let's make this one kind of a terrible trade, ratio-wise. Compile that. Now, the timestamp's not going to matter on this because this market orders. When it says OP, it means open, and all you have is your stop and your take profit. That's all you're looking at in a market order. That's C1 key. If you like that key, then you would just keep writing that key until you really liked it, and then you come in and do that in the sell side. But there's no sense in getting all excited about something that maybe just you may not want something that buys that heavy. But since it's a demo, we don't care. Right? I'm going to hit the key right now. We just bought a standard lot at the market, but maybe we don't do that. We want to trail above with an 8K because we're not sure if we're right. So we have an 8K trailing above. We just bought a standard lot. Did that seem like a good idea? I can tell you it's not going to risk a lot. How about I buy another standard lot because it's dropping? How about every 5 minutes, right? I buy every 5 minutes it goes down. So we have 7 more minutes. I'm waiting to pull the trigger. In the meantime, I can drop an order just in front of the market. A measly 5K. Mind you, in my left hand I'm holding the sniper button to buy 4 quarters at different take profits and different stop outs. This is 10 pips from here to here. If I buy at the market again right now, I can see that when they start stopping me out. So the question is, I get this question a lot, like, so what do I do about like getting, whether you want a master stop or not is a psychological thing. Do you like that idea? Do you like the idea of buying a Hummer and it's just going to be you in there? You're never going to use the space in there. So you may drop orders that never fill. And you think, God, man, maybe I should just... Then you start to realize how much margin, how much leverage you're using, how you like to kind of get into something. Is this going to keep going down? Should I have buy stops trailing above? I think you should, because look at self stops trailing below here would have killed it for 10 pips clean. If these were 10Ks trailing, and I'm going to start to raise the size of the account. So how did I lose $100,000 last week? Easy. It's a very easy formula. You lose $100,000 by not putting stops in. So I just let it go. Let the broker stop me out. It was pretty bizarre. And I just bought at the market. I'm in $1,000. I'm in $4,000 in margin. Probably the most margin I've been in all day long, because I've had phasers on stunned all day long. How I got to 100,000 was trading without stops. And so it's no doubt you can make a ton of money trading with leverage. 501 right now. So I'm in whatever, right? $4,000. So it's quite a bit, right? 20 standard lots. Now, my targets are set. I'll be out of this trade by the time we get to these lousy, bad buy stops here. If this is real money, you'd want to come in here and go by price. You're going to look at the buy stop fills. If it was real money, and you're going to look to delete the... I've got a bunch of different currencies here, so it's hard to trace down the euro. It's by price. It's the cheapest thing here. So we're going to go for the highest buy stop that's not flashing. This broker lets you have an unlimited amount of orders, so this one's flashing, which means we're within 10 pips of being filled right now. Do you let it go? Or did you just buy too much fucking margin at the market? So you see, this is it. You're in 4,000. Let me delete the pending buy stops. That's another script that would be beautiful, is hit a key that just takes off the all the buy stops. But see, it's money management tools. EA could not do what I'm doing. It would just not think to do it. It would be a complete moronic thing, like a robot that's going to vacuum your floor. You come home and it just knocked over the Ming vase or vase. So I'm going to peel these out manually. 6Ks, 3Ks. These are scalp orientated. Even if they filled, they'd just be out pretty quickly if we had follow through. But we don't always get that. Markets constantly fails to follow through, which just becomes a trap for somebody. So we'll take off all the potential adding to margins since we're in so damn big. But maybe our targets are too shallow on that scalp script, so we kind of want to leave a couple of these behind. And this is the Goldilocks system. But you have to do this just like you're doing artwork. You got too much. If you're doing watercolor, you got too much water, you got to blot it. If you let it dry in the room, you're going to fuck up all your paper, and you're going to totally destroy the chroma of the pigments. Pigments aren't going to be cutting. So I'll leave this much. These are all long-legged. I tell by the size I know they have wide stops. By looking at the size, but it doesn't say everything about somebody when the size tells you something about somebody, but the stop does not. This is another thing I could not make Kelvin understand. You can't tell anything by somebody's stop. All you can tell is how the size they're trading. Those two put together. So if you're trading 5 standard lots with a 100 pip stop, it's a completely different world than half of a 1K and a nano account. Think about it, right? But of course, when you think you're really good at this game, then you start to really load the wagon and you really start to fuck up your account. Because if you don't pay attention to the size, you're just, now I just cashed out of something because I can see my margin just went down. Actually, I probably could get into some stuff here. I'm underwater on these baby 1Ks up here. So what does it mean for me to be underwater on 1Ks up here? It's ridiculous. I'm going to change the color of the background. It's going to show the tickets better here. Plus the color scheme is very psychologically important. So these are 2Ks up here. Well, I'm underwater on small tickets, but I just bought, mind you, I pulled the trigger 3 times, 4 times. I'm in 20 standard lots. Boom, boom, boom. Here, I'll buy another one. Boom. $200. Right? It's costing me $200 for every standard lot in this broker. Of margin. 501 leverage, right? If I'm wrong on the math, please comment. I'm not going to say my math skills are up to par. So I'm a visual trader. I see an opportunity. I see lower highs on the 5-minute. I see the vacuum has been filled. This is the tail end. This is the auction part of the trade. The vacuum had been forming the whole time this had been going up. And it was filling it's vacuum to vacuum. Filled this one. Market has come up here and trapped the breakout traders that trade the 1-hour breakout. Or I'm sorry, the 15-minute breakout. Right? The half-hour breakout guys are like, you know what? We got a buy signal. We're in an uptrend. So what we done did was now this is really, this is right out of the book, buddy. I know what you're saying. You're in an uptrend. I'm with you so far. You see an opportunity to place a goober stop. I'm with you so far, right here. Good work, buddy. Now, we're going to put a stop down here in case we're wrong, right? Oops, we got stopped down. I should have put a stop down here, maybe. Much more risk. And where's my target? If I buy here, my target is going to be somewhere up in here where the sellers are coming in. Now, I may not like that because I'm a trend trader. And I'm like, but dude, it's going up. And then I redraw my trend line, just like your robot's going to redraw the moving average, right? So you draw it like this now. It's not so bad. We got stopped out. We'll get back in. We're only down a couple bucks. Now I'm going to buy at the market because it's the bottom of the hour. And it's down. I want to buy before it goes up. So I'm going to load the wagon. There, I just loaded the wagon. I just put in 6 standard lots. Every click you heard with the magic of my fancy keyboard. So if my friend Kelvin wants to download this script, I'll post it in a hightail site called Kelvin's scalping scripts. He's a scalper. Okay. Please hold. So people are thinking about this, right? If this is back, you can call this back testing if you want, but I'm just saying, we all know what the setup was here. And even here, there was a trend line. You could have said, you know what, I think it's really going to go up. But what if it doesn't go up? What if it pulls back? And what if this is the best place to get in, is to buy the stop off the pussy? The guy that runs trailing stops. I just saw Dante in his Twitter say, Trader Dante says, I don't understand moving your orders to break even. I don't either. Get the fuck out. Take your money and run. I'm at 5. I'm in using $5,000 of margin right now. But I have very tight stops. So I can change the style of this platform to a sniper platform, to a swinging platform. I can actually have the swing running on top. So I can scalp when I need to scalp, and I can swing when I need to swing. Isn't that the way it should be? That's the way they've always told me it should be. So I'm thinking, yeah. And look at how the breakout, the trend line becomes resistance. Support becomes resistance in a rollover on the 1 period moving average. Does it get any cleaner than that? There's simplicity for you. 30-minute chart. 48 chances to blow up your account. I just got done. I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm done buying. It's going up. I only buy when it's going down. Now I'm going to duplicate that key on the sell side. And because I won't get a perfect duplication here, I guess, unless I adjust the stops the way I did. So I'd have to do that. And what you want to do in that case is, to make this an easy process, is you close all, you come back and you only open up the two keys you want to mirror. So I want to mirror this, make this a standard lot, make this a standard lot. Now you're going to tile vertically, horizontally. We have the buy on top, we have the sell on the bottom. Let's fatten up the sell. So, whether Kelvin likes it or not, this is the modern world, dude. Instant execution. When I saw the word instant execution, you can only imagine my impatience radar went up. I was on guard, ready to take on that concept. Take on that. Now, I left the profits the same. We will bid out this whole trade from 3 to 12.5 pips, streaming out. This is 5 decimal broker, so we have to put in hard-coded here, which is different than the other orders, which are the drops. When you edit the drops, okay, the single drops, all you have here is your timestamp. You have your timestamp that's down low. Timestamp, you can have to look for it down here. This flip, this is your, I just leave the slippage at 3, I don't know what it means. 28 pips and 36. There's no need to adjust because in the code here we adjust for 5 pips, the multiplier. You can't just take this, run it on gold. You can't just take this and run the S&P 500. This is set to run at the decimal range of this instrument. And then you have the limit drops. It's the same story, and you got to dig down for the timestamp on that. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you got to dig into here for the timestamp. The spacing and the timestamp's going to be right here, 8 hours. So we have them stacked. We're going to mirror them. 25, good, right? They're compiled. They're ready to go. Double check all your stuff. Run it on a demo first. And get used to trade. Now, I'm just going to step and let that go. It's peeling out of stuff right now. It's literally peeling out. And if I turn on the comments, I'll be able to see the market orders that I just did. And if I do it by time, it should show me the ones that I just did. It's not. I don't know why. I don't know. Oh, you know, well, here's the market orders I just did. I don't get it why they're in there. Maybe the other one's, fuck, who cares? Let's look at the profits. The market orders I just bought, I'm making $13. That was, I got a perfect fill because the market was quiet, so I got perfect fills on that. I mean, as far as no slippage, each one came in, boom, 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 very quick server, right? The connection status is not listed because this broker is direct. It does not it has one server. There is no, you can't mouse over and pick a different connection. You're direct into this broker. So now you just wait. You just wait. The waiting game. 30-minute chart's not so bad. 15, you can see the buy stops are filled. If we go back to the 5-minute walk down, if you're trying to make 3 pips, which you could have done that, we could have bought 5 standard lots with a 3-pip stop and with a 3-pip take profit. We would have made money. We'd be out of that trade with our $60 or whatever it is. The spreads are under a pip right now. That's easy trading. Who's going to trade that big? Who wants to put $5,000 of margin up at 501 leverage for a scalp? Are you that guy? So they're coming back. They're crushing you. Right? You should have sold it there. Let me sell. So I'm running my sell key. Make sure that works. Now I'm in a hedge. I'm not using any more margin because I just sold. The margin usage does not go up on most brokers when you sell. And if you're in a total hedge, you use zero margin. Now, when this comes down, I hit the buy key. I can buy, sell, buy, sell. It's not my typical style is to buy and sell standard lots at the market, but just to show you it works. From a mechanical standpoint in this 5-minute chart, how can you fuck this up? You cannot. Unless you can't see down a down move. If you can't see it's going down and you're going to wait 5 more minutes and hit the buy button, you should have sold up there either on stops or at the fucking market, right? Your sell stop's coming in here. First fill, are you trapped? You sold at the market? Let's not think you're so stupid to sell at the market here. You wait till it comes up here and raids this, right? You sell here, you sell here. And this is kind of like a doji because it goes sideways. And you sell here. Now you're up in the trade. But I sold one just to make a point that, okay, I can sell. I can do it. But in 3 more minutes, I got to hit the buy button. If it's down, if it goes down hard, I hit that button like a whore. Or I hit a button. Now, the other way to go is all 4 keys on this hotkey system. I don't know who I'm talking to. If you want to make money like scalping, I could show you you could trade $1 million on 3 keys. And you could just, you're out. Boom. You just made $500. You just made 1,000. You just lost 1,000. You just lost 500, right? Got to know how to trade too. So I'm going to buy at the market. Offset that sell I just did. I don't care. And I got pretty wide stops actually. So if I go down to this, if I'm going to make this key here, is going to be buy at the market half a lot, another half lot here. This has or maybe this is a half a lot, a quarter lot, a mini. They're all buy at the markets. And I realized that, you know what? This one has a 15 pip stop, 8 pip stop, 3 pip stop. And I'm looking at the chart and I'm going, it's time to hit that button. I mean, how in the fuck are people doing this? How are you not doing this? How much brain power did it take to just buy? When this was going down, how much, if you bought every 5 minutes a standard lot, you didn't get stopped out to here. And this big one, I would buy and maybe just buy a little bit. And then there's no buy here, see? Your limits are filling. There's no buy here. It's up. You can't buy anymore. You had, if you consider your first buy limit's going to come in here at this fractal. So you get filled here. You get filled in immense orders and you buy at the market. You buy at the market. There's 2 standard lots at the market. That's it. I bought 10 standard lots there. Okay, now I'm cashing out. See, my margin is going down. I can get to $50,000 tonight trading like this. How do you make $100,000 a week? Trade $1 million on hotkeys. Duh. And look at this kickback. Look at that stop hunt. Buy limit sitting there. You just got out of $80. You just get 5 standard lots there. What's so hard about this? Why would a guy come and say all that stuff to me and say that fancy keyboards are no good for you? You need a fancy keyboard? You don't know how to trade. Well, you do need, if you have a fancy keyboard, I suppose it means you must know how, if you have a fancy guitar, it means you must know how to play. It doesn't mean you know how to play guitar. Go to any Guitar Center, guy buys a $5,000 guitar and he can't play it. Puts a bunch of effects on it. He puts a bunch of Gartleys on his fucking guitar signal because he can't do it with his fingers. So he has to put effects and auto-tune on. Can't do it. He's a poser. You know, so it's just like when the producers said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a boy band. We'll call it Menudo or something. We'll write songs for them. They'll stand out there, look pretty, and sing songs in auto-tune. Great. Hey, you know what? Candy sells at the store. Why not? Okay, let's come back to this thing. Okay. So for us to make $1,000, we have to cash out along the way here. We make $1,000 here because we're in so big. Our targets are just above us by 8 pips. So those 3 pip winners, I've already got it now. The 3 pip winners of the quarter standard lots, I've gotten out of those, which is probably a standard lot because I was in so fucking big. So that stuff's cashing out. Now I could take all profits right now, take $500 and leave, knowing that at any moment I could buy at the market if I think, you know what, I think it's still going up. So once you get to that size, now you're talking about really having to sit here And if you care about $100,000 positions or $1 million positions, then you're going to sit there and trade this. And you make in 2 hours, you could make $1,000. And you're done for the day. So, but for a guy to say he's an intraday trader and then talk about targets at 102 on the yen is very bizarre. It's psychopathically schizophrenic. So are you a scalper? Last time I saw that guy, he was a scalper. So now he became a giant swing trader, a giant contrarian in an uptrend doing that trade. Now here's fair value. This is where the floor dropped out, and this is where the sellers should be coming in right now. So do I wait 5 more minutes? Do I sell now? Well, I'm just going to wait because I think it's going up. I think the trend is up. I think this is a pullback. I think we're going to go after this price up here. So I will hang until here, and we'll see what the price is here. If we never make it up to this price, we have to go 8 more pips. I know for certain that my targets are up there. If I turn on my targets and make them black, I'll be able to see my targets, or I can look at the platform and see them approaching. Within 10 pips on most platforms, they'll start to flash color. So if I make my stops black, I can see I'll be cashing out all along the way here. And they're not going to flash color in here because my monitor doesn't have the res. If I turn off comments, I will see the colors come out. There's not enough space on here to get it's blocking the color showing up. I'll be cashing out at those levels along the way. Now look at the diversification of exit. That's what I want to see, is I want to stream out of that thing and bank my $1,000 on the way to where the people are going to look to get in on stops. The confirmation people, where I'm getting out, the confirmation people are getting in. They're late. As far as I'm concerned, they're all late. The earliest guy is the guy that stepped in front of the market and put a buy limit down here in the hole. Fire in the hole. He bought that. He's up. He's up bigly. And I'm up $700. Thank you very much. So we're going to come back here. Okay, it's just 4 minutes before the top of the hour. Here's the psycho move. So I just got out of about, I don't know, $1,000 margin. Banking some stuff here. Up $800 here. Trying to make $1,000 to the white line. So let's see if this can make it. We're coming into that critical window where this isn't going to attempt to pop its top off here. Where he knocks his block off. Got to take out those 3 wicks in the 30-minute. Got to pop through these. I'll be cashing out along the way. If I turn off the entry colors and just go with my take profits and stops. So there's different ways to view your orders. When you have this many orders, you might want to play around with this. If I go nothing on the entries and I'm only looking for my exits and my stops, of course, I don't know. The sell limits up here, there's actually stops below. So some of that black happens to be exits. So we've got to get up into this area here. The bid has to start crushing through these, and it's probably about, that's probably 5 standard lots right there, I'm guessing, because it was in so big. And as we come up into that, on the way to the breakout, I'll be cashing out on the way to somebody's signal. I'm in very early. I'm out very early on a scalp. Isn't that what anybody's doing on a scalp? They're getting out early, right? I got in at the market here right at the top of the hour, and everything's going nuts right now. For the next half hour, pure psychosis in these markets, typically Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. So it's a good thing I got out of some of that stuff. Now I'm going to buy at the market. Right now, I just bought a standard. And I'm buy one more. And one more. I'm buying it on this tick chart right here. All right, pull back in the... Okay, just loaded the wagon. 3 standard lots. I bought every 5 seconds it dropped. I was trading the tick chart here. That's another... If you just trade the euro dollar, man, just trade the euro dollar and keep increasing your size. And have a script that makes 4 pips and risk 2. And trade $1 million on that script. And you just made like $500 in 40 seconds, right? And get a rhythm going. Go take drumming lessons. Buy a drum pad. I'm gonna go back to painting. We'll go back to real artwork. So I used to do, in the wintertime, you couldn't go outside and play, right? So I did artwork, and if you're waiting for a setup in the market, start knitting, crochet, whatever you need to do. But this way, it would take you away from the compulsion to press the buy button. But if the buy button's there, ready to go with the standard lot, you can say, oh, I can press that button now. Call to duty. Or you hear an alarm. A pullback alarm. Every down bar gets a sound. Bong. It says, every down bar says buy. The robot says buy. Big buy. If it drops down big, it goes big buy. Baby buy. And you could just, like a slave, follow your own robot that you built. That's the other thing with rules. The problem with rules is you become your own master, right? You get you got your own S&M club going on in your head. You're telling yourself what to do. You're doing it. Stop. That's another thing. Trading. Are you a disciplined trader? Do you have your own whip? Do you beat yourself? Or do you sit on nails to develop patience? How do you get patience? Like, look at this. Look at this damn the unstoppable yen. So I'm selling up into the yen. I'm also going to combo plate the account. I'm trading like a whore on those market orders. And I'm going to put sell limits up here. Why not? Who's not putting sell limits up here right now? I'm just going to shotgun this thing. I don't care. Why do I care? I got $27,000. Well, I can't believe you're just 8 hours for these orders, by the way. That makes a big difference. You think this can go up about 40 pips an hour? Well, sure it could. To the chagrin of the people calling for 110, yes, it could go up there. So I think we're going up to 113. I think we're going to go up here. There's going to be a big battle up here, so I'll put all my orders in the battle zone. 8 hours, all night tonight. By tomorrow, if we bounce off of this thing and just pull back, all we got to do is go up and pull back, up and pull back. Those are the entries only, the blues. Big pullback here. Buy another one at the market. All right, we got a top bottom on the tick chart. Okay. I just bought one for my real account. This is retracing like a whore. Now this is the one that's finally retracing. I'm in this one too. So my profits are getting crushed by something right now. I don't know what it is because you see my profits went down. Maybe I'm cashing out of something. Trading this many currencies is not easy. So I haven't quite got filled on the sells up here. Australian dollar is going into the nosebleed section. I'm selling all the way up into that tonight. No questions asked. No need. All the script, selling 10Ks. I just put in like, here's a standard lot. Like this. Like this standard lot looks like loading. There you go. Boom. Laid in. Next problem. We're still waiting to make some money on this trade. Can't get to the white line. So I could have sold there on the 15-minute chart. Right? If this closes down in 10 minutes, I will hit the buy button 3 times. I'll buy 3 standard lots if in 10 minutes we are down. But since we've been down for 5 minutes, I bought here. See? See how that works? We have a doji here. We're buying here. So my last chance to buy, I'm just going to load the wagon. There you go. 8 more standard lots on that key. Boom. 8 pip stops. Walk away. Done buying. As soon as it starts going up, we are done buying. We can make $20,000 tonight. You know, I couldn't do this when I was on vacation, but I was doing it. I wish I could say what I was doing when I was doing it. Of course, I was trading without stops because I wasn't going to write a script on a fucking tablet because I'm not a masochist. I wasn't going to write a script on a tablet. We stopped buying. It pulled back for 5 minutes. It looks like it's an uptrend. It could crush down. We've got tight stops. We've got limits below us. 5 minutes has passed after the top of the hour. Dollar yen's going up. British pound is trying to go up. CAD is retracing. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the CAD is unfair value. It needs to retrace. You can't make a correlation here. You can't run it. If you're running one of those, what's the strong, how are you going to building a trade plan on what's the strongest currency? Somebody please post a video on how you're doing that. Like, who can concentrate on that much shit? This is just a baby trade. This doesn't even compare to the size I just loaded at the market on this euro. For God's sakes, this trade makes the other trade look like it doesn't even exist on this account. That other, here now, did I do the math? No. Do I have tight stops? Could they be tighter? Yeah, I could put 3 pip stops, hard stop, 4 pips on that whole bank. But what I did was I said, I'm not sure. I'll take and buy a standard lot in quarters. And just adjusting that, you could sit here all day long and write 10 versions of this thing. They're slightly different. They would perform slightly different. Just like if you played a note hard and light and medium light and all the different, you know, in MIDI you've only got 128, unless you buy a Zen drum, you only got 128. Maybe they got two 512 res now, right? Virtual, you know, I'm sure Roland virtual drum is like 124 levels of dynamic range to touch the head. They sound like real drums, right? So we're trying to, the higher res we trade and the bigger we trade and all that, the more we have to babysit this thing and think about everything we're doing. And have the take all profits key or even a panic key. Close all open and pendings. You could have that on a hotkey. Close all open and pendings right now. If your broker's fast enough and you go, you know what? I think I'm wrong. Boom. Close a panic button. There is no end. It's a bottomless pit. But I don't want to be the one responsible for people downloading the way I trade and going, you know, I blew up my account doing that standard lot thing you talked about. That's why I don't sell anything. I don't want to get sued. I don't want anybody telling me, oh, I tried that and you're out of your fucking mind. I'm never listening to you again. You know, you can see one of my old, they're not even a customer. This person I met trying to learn how to trade, but his simmering ego, or what I don't know, his mental illness makes it impossible for him to accept help. Of course, if you help people, you're also kind of hurting them in a way, right? Because you just, in a way, you're kind of crippling. It's better that he hits a tree or whatever, it's a wall. Whatever people need to do, you know, it sounds cruel, but, you know, sometimes the best thing is to do nothing. Let nature take its course. Let Darwin kick in. But I love when a guy says something like, yeah, you know, we need losing traders like you. Okay, well, there you go. I understand if I make too much money, they're going to kick me out of my brokerage firm. I just was told last night. Yeah, if those nails that stick up get hammered down, so go along and get along, people. Don't rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Don't rock the boat. I like that one. Don't rock the boat. Why are you so mean? Why aren't you? Where's your balls? What happened to you? I'm not used to hanging out with neutered people. When I was a kid, like, since I couldn't be a physical bully, I had to be an intellectual bully, so apparently I took that path. But when we were kids, you know, if somebody was a physical bully, they just fucking, I didn't have any skills back then, so I just had to use my own defense mechanisms, either comedy or intellectual, distract them with fancy words. Actually, I would dangle a concept in front of them and then run away. That's how I dealt with the non-believers. Okay, so we would have got filled in a buy stop here, you can see, but we want to get in before the stops. If you're gonna trade at the market, now you can't buy anymore. We bought that big down bar, we loaded the wagon, boom, boom, boom. We traded like E-Trade Baby there. I'll put a link to E-Trade Baby. Maybe you haven't seen it. I could watch it on a loop. I think it's fucking hysterical, especially when the E-Trade Baby says, I don't even know half the stuff I'm buying here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. When he says credit swap defaults and just watch that on a loop. We're still going to hit the white line, but I'll be happy if we take out this fractal. Williams would call that a fractal because we got the two lowers here. You know the fractal will be showing up here, but we want to buy the top becoming a bottom at the doji. This is where we want to get into the standard lot buy, because we don't have time. We're going to buy $1 million here and be out of $500,000 by here and let the rest follow through to here. Right? Sound like a good plan? Let's make $2,000 tonight. So that's, yeah, you want to trade like that? Go ahead, go for it, man. I can trade like that. You got to watch this thing though. You get, basically the bottom of the hour, you should be up $1,000 at the bottom of the hour, or you just shouldn't be trading like this. If I can't see that thing go to profit of $1,000 by the bottom of the hour, if I'm not at $30,000 on this account by the bottom of the hour, then I trade like shit. This is how you can tell. What I just did should make that money by then. And I'm just guessing because I don't really know, but I would just estimate that. Maybe I'm overestimating. We trip that and then we just keep going up. Okay, we're going to now here's where we should be getting out. The sellers are coming in. Do we get out? No, we're going to wait until it gets above the high. So we're taking a risk here because I should be getting out right now, close all profits. I'm at 29,000. I'm up 1,000. This is that problem of, okay, do you just let it? Now I've cashed out a little bit. I'm very close to cashing out of a few more. All we have to do is go up 3 pips. Well, look, we're just above the round number. If you turn on the one-click trading, we are 3 pips above the round number. Okay, here we are. We got about 13 minutes to go before the bottom of the hour. We've gone sideways of doji. Okay, it's 10 seconds to 20 after. We just made a new high. I just got out of something, maybe. Just maybe. Just nicked the top of that. Okay, we're almost out of this trade. As we approach the bottom of the hour, we're approaching $30,000. Okay, we're approaching the white line. So we got out of about $1,000 of margin there. We're within $200 of our dollar target, our equity target. We're looking just a trip. Right at the bottom of the hour, we're looking for a break of this price back here. So as we start to cut into that, then we expect sellers to come in here at this 16-hour high. I'm sorry, 8-hour high maybe. If we're going to count one bar, so let's do a hour count. We'll count how long this congestion's been going on. Highest we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. We just took out this 5-hour ledge. So this vacuum is the one that just filled. That was an acceptable scalp. And then there was a vacuum here that had to be refilled. So the market doesn't like to leave any of these vacuums laying around. This one has to be filled. You're buying into this. You're buying into this low. You have to. It's a 1-hour chart. You're a day trader. Buy. Buy low, sell high. Just do it. Trust me. Just do it. You can make $2,000 a day. Now, if you're afraid to trade a standard lot on one button, then bring it down to a 10K. A 1K. I always say start with, this is the whole reason why I'm telling, and that what this fucknut from Kelvinville doesn't understand. This is designed for newbies too. How are you going to blow up your fucking account buying a 1K? And so the guy comes in, one guy attacks me for being, oh, you're trading too small. The other guy says, you're attracting newbies and they're going to hurt themselves. If you can hurt yourself in this account, you may have a problem. Like, you may be an overtrader if, right? And then fill in the blank. You trade more than 3,000. Look at my trading stats. When I'm trading with scripts and making money, I'm literally trading 1,000 or 2,000 trades a day. High frequency trader with one keyboard and one mouse. Really? It's anybody can do this. It's not. I'm not doing anything. What I'm astounded is that people are appalled, and they're like pissed that I'm oh, you're just gonna, you think it's easy? It's a lot of work putting an order in. You got to shit your pants first, right? You got to blow a blood into your underwear. Apparently, this is what we've all been taught. If it's that easy, everybody do it. But is that easy? Nobody wants to do it. Because you actually have to pull the trigger. You actually have to do something. You have to build the trigger. You have to build a gun. You build your own gun. I'm just saying you have to build your own gun here. I don't know the neighborhood you live in. If you live in a rough neighborhood, you may want a bazooka. Like if you need that much money to make you happier, to sandbag your life and protect you from fucknuts like these people that attack you on the internet, to get more security, right? They just upped the security for politicians here. 15 grand you're allowed to blow. If you blow that in 20 seconds on a fucking webcam outfit. But for the traders that want to make 3 good trades a week, the people that can see painfully obvious fucking entries without regard to Fibonacci, it's about price. You see the dollar to the yen at 113. What does that say to you? It retests 113. It's the stupidest fucking trade in the world. Look how many trades we've had at a retest on the fucking euro dollar at 114. Do you feel retarded yet? Frankly, I'm insulted. It insults your intelligence to think that making money in the market doesn't take any intelligence. So the guy that insults me, he must be intelligent. Right? He's intelligence signaling in such a vain attempt to just cry out. It's a cry for help, obviously. But we've all been there. Sitting in the corner, stomping our feet because we couldn't accept the reality that this is fucking seriously a dollar game. No, passion's not needed. But passion for writing a script or energy, passion gives you energy to go do the things you need to do. And that's all there is to it. But I think it's hilarious. I just love every time I'm criticized, nothing but encourages me. I must be on the right path. If somebody out there fucking mind's criticizing me, I'm like, at least I'm fucking. He thinks I'm mocking people? Wow. Dude, I mean, I'm being polite. You should hear what I say to myself. I'm self-critical. So of course I'm going to find flaws in other people. I find flaws in myself all day. I'm like, dude, why don't you just do that trade? Like, this is the dumbest fucking setup I've ever seen. Double bottom on the daily. If this thing holds, that means that we're in a channel that looks like this. Everybody's looking at the same thing, aren't they? Aren't we all looking at the same data? Here's your envelope. Let's make it white. White envelopes matter. Then we're going to fatten it up, because fat bottom girls make the world go round. Now we're going to copy that over and create an envelope on time. Look how this just queues up so nicely. And we'll take this and we'll just do a hodgepodge, hackney. There's a channel for you. We have different frequencies inside the channel too. Antenna trading. I was hoping it wasn't the guy from South London. He called it antenna. You're trading in the antenna system. You're damn tootin', buddy. Look how this queues out the past data. Look at this. This is the cadence of the euro dollar on the daily. It's the top envelope of a channel. Isn't that beautiful? Any angle would have worked. Right? Any angle works. You're picking the rate of change. How many pips do you want to make per hour per day? If you want to make 100 pips a day, your trade looks like this. And that trade exists. So don't kid yourself. You fucked up if you didn't trade this fucking move. Yeah, you lost money. There was a painfully obvious top bottom here. I hate to sound like that Dante guy. This is a top bottom. It's so subtle. This is wave 3. Who knows what wave that is? Who fucking cares? Is this thing on a monster? Could you have traded this thing? Yes. You could have traded this whole walk down in the same channel system that you trade this baby to this baby, but here's the vacuum. And we're making like a kind of a, we're treading water, so we're not having a dramatic vacuum formation. Whereas if you have a big move up like this, naturally, and this is going sideways consolidating. Now they're pulling back. So I should be getting out right now. So the party's over. It's 5 minutes after that. We're going to close all profits now. That's right, kids. The party's over. So let's look at the 5 minute. We're being trapped. I'm certain of it. Look at the sell-off on the tech chart. We're at 105. We're at the 5-yard line. See, the problem with doing that big picture shit. Okay, maybe I'm out of something. I noticed that I was at I'm down $200. I was at 29.80 was at my best. So here, I'm gonna dump the whole thing. So I'm in so huge. I can get back in with one button push and literally resize the whole position, the whole idea of being long here. So I missed my exit because I was babbling. But how do I know I missed my exit? How do I know I should have sold up there? Because the sellers are coming in there like a whore. Why? New highs. Don't forget about the new high guys. The guys that have balls. They're selling. You want to see the big boys are doing? They just sold. And they may hold on to that thing and just going to come all the way back to fair value. Look, I'm still getting out. Look at my margin. I'm late to my exit. I fucked up. See, talking distracted. If you're a real sniper and somebody taps you on the shoulder, you just killed a civilian. I'm still getting out of winners. Okay, let's regroup. As soon as we come into the margin is almost flat, we were going to buy at the market. As soon as I see the margin stop evaporating, I have my finger on the trigger. This is what it takes to make... This guy's saying what it takes to make money. Here's what it takes. I'm trading real time with my magic keyboard. I'm waiting for the margin to evaporate. That's how long it's taking to execute the exit of this. I don't even know the milliseconds of server connection because they won't tell me. All right, we're trading out St. Vincent here. Okay, now the margin's coming down to 1. Oof. You see how long that's taking? You think I didn't know I had to get the fuck out there? Okay, no margin usage. Just buy at the market. Rebuild the position. Buy. It's down on the 5 minute. Buy, buy, buy. Now get into about $2,000 of margin here, people. Stop buying. Leave some dry powder. This is how you build an account. Wait another 5 minutes. Buy 1K, buy a standard lot at the market every pullback now. They've trapped people. Fucking duh, right? You got to get out when you're up. You don't let your profits run. You don't let your profits run. Are you fucking kidding me? Dante, moving your stops to break even is like letting your profits run. No, they're profits for get out. You got a standard lot button in front of you you can hit if you ever get afraid, scaredy cat, that you're, oh, I'm not in. Yeah, let it pull back. I'm only trading from the long side, mind you. I could have sold the market there and scalped out, but then how do I manage that? Sell all winning sells. I need another hotkey and another script to manage that angle of the fucking thing I'm in. They say when you're bit by an alligator, stop moving. This is why they say, oh, you're fucking losing, step back. That's not really true because you don't know why you're losing. Follow these 3 simple rules. 5 minute chart, buy at the market. Now I bought at the market, see? I'm going to buy, I want to be in $2,000. You're going to pick that number. Somebody just Skyped me and said, how many margins should I be in? That's up to you. Where's your stop? The math between how much you're in and where that stop is, just because you're in $2,000 of margin doesn't mean you're risking $2,000. If we're buying 3 pip stops right now, how often do you want to hit that key? And how do you want to get, just imagine right here, I could get into 38K or 58K. There's a fucking big difference. And not to mention different entry prices. How about I buy at the market? I buy a quarter of a standard lot, and every half pip I've got a built into that one buy key. I know I'm buying at the market a quarter, and there's other orders inside. The script can write buy at the market with 3 limits below. You can make a combo plate. You can have a blend. You don't have to drink straight up whiskey. So now I'm in $2,000. I feel more comfortable. $4,000 may be 800, or it may be $500. Now I babysit it. My signal is if it's down, how can you fuck this up? In 1 minute, I will have a buy signal if it's down. Or if I figure, you know what, it looks to me like it ain't going to happen. We're at the doji right now. And don't forget, we're at the doji. We're up above. We're 5 pips above the big round number. This is a doji. If we are trading just to make 5 pips, we would buy at the market right now. We buy at the market right now. Okay. 200. It's costing me $200. I'm in a standard lot every time I hit that button. You heard me hit it. Yes, I'm trading real time. Okay. I got real accounts. I'm running. I'm buying the euro. We broke out. We pulled back confirmation entry. The people that had buy stops there, they got trapped. That was a seller's window. For the people that were long, that wanted to milk this thing from wick to wick. Where's wick to wick on the chart? You bought this whole new vault down here. You bought the vestibule, and you sold this vestibule. Trade's over. Now you can just put market limit orders in here. Come in with this dense packs. Right here. I'll buy here. Buy here. You're going to buy here anyways. It's fair value. Stop whining. But no, seriously. 10 pips stop to make 20. Now these are trend trades. Go to the trend trades. How hard is this to do? Like, I could seriously load in. Right? Just load that in. What do you care? Right? If this is a real breakout, it's got to come back, crush everybody's nuts into fair value again one more time. We've seen this a million times. This is a piece of cake, honestly. What is all the Gartley stuff about, anyways? Can you explain this to me? So it's come to the horrifying realization that it's about marketing. It's about the inside the eggshell egg scrambler. It's about the Bassomatic. Do you really need these tools? You know, I could eat sushi. I could just eat some food, right? Just take a potato and raw, eat it, right? Do you need to dress it up like it's going on a fucking date? You go to these restaurants, they over fucking charge you. I just don't understand it. I got nothing against good food. I go to this grocery store and just buy my own custom. I guess I'm a control freak. Okay, there you go. Buy your own custom shit, right? Okay, so now we need to buy at the market here and right now. And I will buy, if it slams down in 3 minutes and goes ba-boom, I might even anger trade that and make more money. This is my last buy, I swear to it. Now, I had 3 buys there. In this walk down, we had bought standard lots on this pullback. We should have dumped here, but we're too busy chatting. Now, this is the top become a bottom of the doji. We're going to hold here. We're in seriously almost the same size we were just in. We're just going to keep trading it like this all night long. Now, we can do the sell side. We have to wait for the market to make a new high. If it comes up here, we would sell. At the market, or on stops, or we have limits up there. But we don't have limits up there because we're bullish, damn it. Only because we're flirting with the 114, and that's been a serious double bottom, right? Just a super goober double bottom, right? Why isn't this chart updating? Okay. I guess you can't be in... that freezes the screen. Double bottom at 114. We're going to sell at 115 tomorrow in the morning. If we can get up to 115, we'll be selling up there. We'll try to ride it to the 20 handle. We'll be cashing out. So you sell at the 20, you buy back at the 10. You sell at the 30. It's like almost like football. The guy's never going to get the ball down the field, right? First down, backs up, fumble, what the fuck, flag down, ass grab, whatever the fuck they're doing out there. And then we have this, how are we going to, what guy are we on the field? Are we the quarterback? Are we the swing trader? Are we the big star? Are we the market call? The quarterback's going to drill this fucker to somebody he's already made a pre-arrangement for, right? Conspiracy trade. He's out there. And that's your target, right? That's a grandiose target, but we all know there's going to be first down, second down. People are making money. People are doing what they need to do. The tacklers are showing that their tackle skills on the downs, right? So everybody, it's a complete You know, these guys are out there with Uzi shooting each other. They like the competition. You know, they like it. So the Fight Club, right? Don't talk about the Fight Club. First real Fight Club is fucking fight, right? So here we go. Let's delete this out. We're gonna hang tight. Come back in 5 minutes. I just bought really heavy before the breakout of these five. The true range was low, so I bought at the market. Instead of putting buy stops above like a goober, okay, I'm running that standard lot key right now. So I got in 5 to 8 standard lots in this narrow range, anticipating a possible breakout either up or down. Now, they could have crushed me. There's no doubt they could have crushed me. But what was the last price pulse was up? How do we know the trend is the last price pulse? Be very afraid when the market goes dead in the water. Maybe take all profits and close all open and pendings. If it gets too still out there, it means, and if you're trading in one direction, we could have a complete raid. Now, if the stops are tight, you're going to go flat, you're going to pick up other margin. This is the Goldilocks, or staying in the Goldilocks zone, right? Actually, driving down the road with one eyeball closed because you're too drunk, you don't want to kill anybody, right? So it's also that approach. I'm conscious of that factor, right? If you're driving drunk and you see double, close one eye. So if you're seeing too much, if it's overwhelming. Now, if I had to take profit of 2 pips, and I could write that script, I'd take off a quarter standard lot here with 2 pips and just pad the account, and I'm kind of always making a trickle of money as opposed to fishing for the big fish. I'm just picking up minnows. I'm creating bait for my next trade. So building on it, building the account incrementally, blow by blow. Somebody asked me last night, hey, what about, I'm trying to make it like that here. That you would say, well, that key does that, and it's appropriate to pull the trigger when the ATR gets very small, like it just did here in this baby triangle. You know, on the 1 minute chart, that's a triangle, right? Everybody could probably figure that out, that this is a flag, retest of a doji. When you see the market do this, this is a doji. This is the new sell zone to come back to. This is the buy zone. So you're buying this, you buy, you sell. If you're going to trade the market. And if you had buy limits here, you know the buy limit trade, although you're not, you really want to load up when you see this, because this is like, holy shit, it's on sale. And holy shit, it's not going down. It's rejected this area. You need to buy before the breakout here. And your last chance to kind of get in, that you could say after this is done, that I didn't buy any higher than that. I wasn't that dumb. I bought when it went on sale in the pure auction mode, right? The wick, when the stop hunt, you're buying that stop hunt and you're killing those retail guys. And or the retail mindset guy that's getting stopped out and doesn't experience the full trend, right? You're taking his order from him. And how tight's your stop? You know, how often do you hit the button? There's a whole nother trajectory of graphic math you can only imagine off of that one fluctuation in your approach. Like you're landing a jet plane. You gotta come in, right? You gotta get the speed right. There's so much shit going on. You got 8 things to queue, right? 5 things to queue on that. And even at that, there could be a downdraft. The news comes in and you fucking smash the runway. You just blew out the fucking plane. Wind shear, right? Wind shear is news. You're in a floating currency pair. There is no limit. These are over-the-counter currency pairs, instruments. It's like penny stocks, hotkey penny stocks, right? You just need a wind shear. Bye-bye. Just blew up your account. So have more than one account. Have a scalping account that you do daredevil stunt flying in a crop duster. Then you have your swing trade. Then you have the one you let your kids and your wife trade, right? Because you don't tend to, like, your wife's going to out-trade you. If you show her how to trade, she'll out-trade you on a swing account because you don't care. If you tell her, don't open that thing, open it, trade in the morning, place trades and go walk away, she would do that. Oh, could you do this? Could you, I give you 10% of the winnings if you move orders for me. Here, you want a job? I tried to do that on Craigslist, and somebody reported me as a scam. I was looking for a bookkeeper on Craigslist. I said I'll give you the password to my account. I just ask you to move the orders. And I even went as far as, I guess this is where the scam part came in. I said, well, I'll give you $50 and you can just trade your own account. I just trust you to give me 10%. You don't have to. So where's this charity shit people talk about? I see this Mike Sinovich guy. Oh, charity challenges. Here's one. Give somebody $50, have them open an account, teach them how to trade. Teach somebody how to fish. Throwing money at shit. Collecting money to throw at shit is fucking retarded. Find some volunteers with half a fucking creative brain and fucking, you're throwing shit at a fucking bureaucratic pile of shit anyways. Most of that dollars never makes it to the recipients anyways. Total bullshit. Everybody's sifting it. Just go direct deposit. Here, just show me how to trade. Just give me something so I can pay for your courses at least. A take home. What's a takeaway? Buy low, sell high. Or what's the takeaway? Low ATR, get in with tight stops. Big ATRs, trade with wide stops. You're a swing trader. You don't have time to babysit the market. I don't give a fuck if I get a bad fill by 20 pips. I'm looking to make 200 pips in the trade. What the fuck would I care? And if that's your attitude, then you're buying one case on your fucking phone every hour it drops, and you're building a position. And then you're in 13.5K by the end of the day, or 13K, whatever the fuck. However, and bingo bango, you're in a swing trade and you're like, holy shit. That does work. Scaling in does work. Yeah, because who the fuck's buying these standard lots? On your phone? This guy claims he's trading on the beach on his fucking watch. How do you execute? You got a script on your phone that lays in the perfect fucking prices to catch a falling knife? I thought people would be excited about not having to manually trade, but I guess you're taking the work away from the guys that think it should be hard work, but it's hard work. It's hard enough work to write the script. It's hard enough work to even turn on your computer, apparently, right? Because you're trading off your phone on the beach. I'm waiting for the top of the hour. If it's down, I'm going to buy, again, 2 standard lots if it's down at the top. So I'm already in. They're coming back to fair value. Go figure, right? Just like I said, we missed the big... We got out as quick as we could there. Now we load on pullbacks. We're following our system. Remember, it's buy on pullbacks and sell on rallies. And for the people that are long, they have to get out. They have to cash out of there. They really have a choice, honestly. So here we're going to buy. Okay? I'm anticipating I will overpay a little bit. It could still drop, but it's the top of the hour. We pulled back, and I will buy right now. Okay. It could tank now. In the next 1 minute, we get wind shear down. Here's where they're going to come back and grab all the people. Where do people stops at now? Right here. So if you want to be more precise, right? Worry about precision. Come up to the top here and just put them right there. They start right here. That's where everybody's stops are. Near term. And what the guy was talking about, well, what your stops, but it's so far back there. That stuff doesn't matter now. Like this could retest this. This could curl down and retest. That's 30 pips below us. We'd have to make a run for it down there. But the 1 hour says top bottom. For the moment. It's top bottom-ish. This is fair value. We also have a triangle we're living inside of right now. My trusty triangle tool. There you go. There's your Gartley for you. Put that in your Gartley pipe and smoke it. Actually, Gartley off of closing prices is going to, or a bat wing off of one wing, a broken wing, it's going to look like this. All right, it's going to be what, like this. Is this? Am I doing it right? You're not doing it right. I remember some guy said, "You're not doing it right." I'm like, how about we project our Gartley out like a cloud? Now we're talking. Right there. It's the one wing Gartley. One wing batshit crazy, I call it. Okay, here comes the dollar yen pulling back. So we're buying that on the plunge. We're cued to buy that. We just laid a matrix in. Big fat buy limits. Now we're going to come back to this and try to ride this guy up as they come crushing back and they fill those other tickets. And that way, we could just churn the account up, make $5 grand tonight, right? Buying at the market here. I'm in $6 grand. I want to make $6 grand. And the next top of the hour is come and gone. Everybody's going to go to the 1 hour chart, which we are at. The half-hour charts have updated. The 15-minute charts have updated. If this pullback keeps pulling back, we're fucked. Just saying. Now we wait 15 minutes. We can't buy anymore. If it goes up, do not chase. If it goes down, hopefully, we're going to get the Goldie. We're going to buy these new lows here. We're going to start right here is where all the stops are. Keep loading in here. If you like to trade big, this is for you. This video is for you. We're going to use almost all the margin. But if we get stopped out, we'll free up margin. So we're going to just max this thing until there's literally flames coming out the exhaust. In another 5 minutes, I will buy another 5 standard lots. And when I get my margin to half of my margin, 50% of the account, this is what it takes to trade. To make this much money, this is what it's going to take tonight. So I put this thing on turbo overdrive, and I've got stops this time. So it's different than when I was pulling the trigger on the road. You just can't manage a trade on a fucking tablet unless it got predefined exits. Okay, I loaded the wagon here. I'm in $7,000. A couple buy stops above, actually. A measly 6 or 8K got filled there, and we have to make another run. So I followed my trading system, and now I stopped buying. I bought that last thing. Now, if it goes down, I wait another 5 minutes, and 10 after the hour, I'll buy again. 40 standard lots. We're in a very quiet zone. We've drifted down. We're waiting to break the trend line on the 5 minute. We have a wedge. We have a top bottom. I was watching Jason Greystone. He goes, we got to score the trades. I give this trade a 9.5. Because I'm in so big, it better be a high score. I'm accumulating on pullback. The 15-minute chart's about to update. We bought for the last half hour we've been buying. We now have a confirmed doji, or a confirmed low, if it doesn't go any lower. So we're not waiting for confirmation. We're braving. We're standing right in front of the train. We're walking into the wind. We're in before the breakout here, so we're not trading breakouts. We're trading at the market. Now, the buy stop, I did have a buy stop up there on the 5 minute. It did get triggered and filled, but see at ATR's low, we would not trade now. We'd totally step away, let everything go the way it's going to go now. We have to let it play out now. We've loaded on that pullback. Now we just have to sit tight. We're cashing out into the bottom of the hour. 4 minutes left to go. We're about to take out the high of the day, and we're up about $1,000, $2,000 from an hour ago. Make another $1,000 here if we can just go up 5 more pips. Okay, we just broke out. They're trapping people. The sellers are coming in right here. Can they hold it back? Do we have to go to 14.10 and then rip back? Or we rip back right now? Sellers are coming in right there. There's your supply-demand zone, right at that very edge. So here they come. The British pound. I bought some British pound at the market. So the British pound is going up. I'm buying that at the market, standard lots right now, because I just cashed out. If I'm maintaining $8,000 of margin the whole night, okay, now I'm back to $8,100 of margin. 40 standard lots go back to the euro. If the euro follows through to here, and then you see catch up played by the British pound plays catch up, it's lagging, and the British pound could go to 130 easy, right? It could go up 50 pips from here. We're right at the 50-yard line on British pound right now. Looking to go up about 10 pips on the euro. Cash out. Make $500 here. Then the other guy is going to be part of the picture. And then I've got buy limits on CAD if it should retest. I've got sell limits on the Australian, all in the same account. I just keep throwing this up here. Great selling area up there. And that's it. Now they trap these guys. The euro, we have to get follow through here. If we go to the 5-minute chart, we have inverted hammer. This is how tight they run it. If your take profits were set to that edge, just beyond that edge, and you just went flat, you just made $1,500 in an hour. Right? So you can tell your friends you make $1,500 an hour trading Forex. Okay. What, $4 million position, right? Now we're holding this still, and we added on the British pound. British pound is about to break out and take out the high of the, what is this, week? The high of the week. And it's going after the high of last week, which is at $1.2980. Okay. We have 30 seconds left to the bottom of the hour. We go for the half-hour updates, and they've trapped the breakout traders on both sides of the wick there. Any robots that tried to trade breakout strategy here, they're trapped. Their trade plan has to resolve into at least 20 pips to take profit for them to realize any profit on either leg of that trap. So if you had a static, non-directional robot, he's got to see that thing clear the trees on the upside by 13, 20, 16, 22 pips. Really clear that and make up for the getting trapped on the short side of that. But if the stops were tight, if you had 5Ks in that script, you buy at the market 10 minis instead of what I did was 4 quarters. That makes all the difference in the world there. I mean, I could fine-tune all the take profits by half a pip. So if this is too aggressive to trade this chunky, this is a very chunky trade. I've only split it in quarters. I could have split it into tenths. I could have had the stops feathered out a half a pip apart. Now, you can do that in here. You couldn't do it on limit drops. You're going to come in. They're 1 pip apart spacing, but you can make the spacing very high res in a double-click order. And that would be like that. We still got to wait another 5 minutes here. So if you were going to buy on pullbacks in 5 minutes, you bought here, you stop buying, and maybe another opportunity to buy here if we finish here and I go for the buy and pullback rule. Or do I think I'm in too heavy and I don't want to add to something that could be a disaster? As I just see the pounds pulling back a little bit. So I might get some of my drawdown here would come from the British pound. It's included in the same account. That wasn't much of a pullback, so I didn't really buy anything there. I'm already so big. I just bought a bunch of British pound. So we're going to wait for this to break out that. I'm not going to buy the breakout of that. I'm just going to hold in here on the 5-minute chart.